Hey y'all. Whew. Y'all know on Sundays a lot of us reset. We get up early, we pray, we journal, we have our devotional with God at home. I do it, and I know I'm not the only one. But check this out. I just wanted to kind of like play this by y'all ears and start noticing and looking at it for yourself. So by the time I got ready to get out the house this morning, I don't live far from big churches and little churches, but this one particular little church, God just say, look. I looked. And what I noticed when I looked at this little church, I was like, wow, they got upscale. They had 4 upscale luxury cars parked in the fence. And I need you to listen to this because it's not going to be what you think it is, okay? So like I said, I noticed it was 4 high upscale cars parked in the inner front part of the little church. When I got to the entrance of the street, I looked, something say look down. And that be God. I looked down. I saw more upscale luxury vehicles at this little church. I decided to go ahead and turn so I can really get a look at this small church. Parking only available in the front and on the side. I looked on the side. Out of all those cars, and it wasn't like a huge congregation, I'm saying maybe under 50. Only 2 of those cars that was parked at this little church was maybe a not so new vehicle, needed a little work. And I'm sitting in the car and I'm driving, getting back on my path to where I'm going. I'm like, Lord, why did you want me to look at that? What is it that you wanted me to see? What am I missing? And it was a lot of people are chasing prosperity with these big name pastors and these big name churches and whatnot. And then when you look at their following, only 1 or 2 people are really prospering. You understand? Even the people that's a part of the praise team, the deacon board, the usher board, they not prospering. They struggling. They just, they living and they making it. But to ride by a little small church, and when I say small, it was a small church. To ride by a small church and to look on the outside, not just the pastor is prospering, not just the praise team is prospering, the deacon board, the usher board, the choir, the members, everybody in that church is prospering. Have y'all ever noticed that? Because I never even thought to even look at a church and pay attention to that like I did today. So I knew that was an act of God. But I said, they building, they praising, and they worshiping together. And guess what else they doing? They are enjoying God's abundance together because they're doing it right. That's all. You may not agree, but from what I saw, that's something that make you say, think about it.